So, here in the library, we deal in a lot of books, but one of the most important things that we have here are stories, and storytelling has changed a lot over the years, so let's go over the history of it a little bit.
Let's grow!
So, for thousands of years, stories lived in our voices. It was oral traditions that built communities, passed down survival skills, and kept cultures alive. Sort of like a live podcast with no rewind button ever.
No!
So our early ancestors relied on our memories and the retelling of these stories to carry our history and protect ourselves and all of the other things we needed to do to survive. And over time, we started to show our stories, first for ourselves, but cave art wasn't just decoration either. It marked territory, it recorded hunts.
It's been 14 moons since the mission began.
And it taught lessons to people. It was the first time that we said to others, essentially, I was here.
Another painting.
So, oral stories were powerful, but they live and died with memory, and pictures could be interpreted in different ways, like cave art. But then, around 5,000 years ago, humans invented writing, a way to freeze words in time, and it started with simple symbols, tally marks for sheep, pictographs for crops, but soon these symbols evolved into stories. Enter cuneiform, which were wedge-shaped marks pressed into clay. Suddenly, receipts, laws, love poems, even complaints could outlive their creators. Take A. Nasir, a copper dealer from 1750 BCE. When a customer got bad copper, they didn't just yell, they carved their rage into clay. This tablet is the oldest known complaint letter, proving that writing wasn't just for kings. It gave ordinary people a voice, even if that voice was really annoyed.
That is so relatable.
Pressing cuneiform text into clay or carving things into rocks is not super efficient, and it was heavy to carry around. But scrolls were humanity's first portable stories. It's like ancient Wikipedia. Egyptians wrote myths on papyrus, Romans kept laws on parchment, but they were fragile, expensive, and took forever to copy by hand. You may have heard about the burning of the Library of Alexandria. And so much of humanity's knowledge and stories were lost in that one fire. Well, what solved this? Enter the book. Stitched pages, leather covers, they were built to last. But the real game changer came with the printing press.
Steve Gutenberg invented the printing press?
Johannes Gutenberg's machine cranked out books really fast. Suddenly, knowledge wasn't just something for the very elite. It went viral. Bibles, science, revolutions, all because books became everyone's legacy. But here's the kicker. It took 500 years for literacy, the ability to read written words on paper, to reach half of the world. By 1950, 50% of humans could read, which had never happened before. Books gave us power, but access to them decided who got to wield it.
Books.
Today, over 86% of us around the world can read, and books paved the way. But the fight for access isn't over. Libraries? They're the OG democratizers.
Democracy!
And now, stories leaf off pages into apps, videos, games, but books remain proof. Words can topple empires, spark movements, and make us feel less alone.
See? You're not in this alone.
But here's the secret. Every leap in storytelling, oral tales, books, the internet, needs a home. Enter libraries. They're not just for dusty shelves, they're time machines, community hubs, and launch pads for the future. Free books? Check. Books, Wi-Fi, VR tools? Check. Libraries keep stories alive for everyone, whether you're here to study, create, or just escape into a new world. They're proof that stories don't just belong to the past, they're how we build the future.